Pero I think ang difference natin would be as an LGBT, ano ba tawag doon?
Bilang lesbiana.
Bilang tomboy kasi yung alam ko na.
Bilang tomboy.
Hello everyone, I'm Belle. I am the sister of the founder and chief creative officer of Vital Strats Creative Solutions. Amri, ate, tumingin ni ate Amri. Yeah. Ayan, dito tayo ngayon because we just want to celebrate dahil ang VCS or Vital Strats Creative Solutions ay 20 years na. Yeah! 20!
Happy anniversary.
Happy 20 years at
Thank
to
you.
Vital Strats Creative Solutions. Anong nafe-feel mo na 20 long years na ang VCS?
20 years, parang kahapon lang. Pero ang dami nang nagbago Kasi dati nung nag-start pa lang kami, parang bohemian setup yung VCS. Pumapasok ako na naka-board shorts. Nagigitara lang kami sa office, in between. Puro mga friends ko yung kasama sa office, from college, mga theater friends. Tapos para lang kaming naglalaro nun. Nung nag-start yung VCS, wala din talaga akong background sa business bilang fine arts. Nag-start din kami na wala talagang big capital. As in, one project at a time. Tapos hanggang sa dumami yung projects.
Yes.
So yun. Pero it's very, very informal lang. Para lang kaming naglalaro ng mga friends. Buti na lang, merong support from the family. Kahit na sinasabi ni Papa at ni Mama, nagpapagod ka lang yata dyan, mag-abroad ka na lang. Di ba yung advertising, yun yung gumagawa ng mga sign, yung sa jeep, yung gano'n niloloko ako ni Papa. Nag-worry sila nun kasi parang lagi akong puyat, ang daming trabaho, tapos nag-wonder sila, may nararating ba yung negosyo? Parang tagal, parang nagpapagod lang ako, parang gano'n. May ganong klaseng feeling. Pero with the support of the family and yung community, marami din mga other orgs kasi na sumuporta at mga kaibigan din. Ayun, umabot din ng 20 years.
Pero going back, kasi parang nung nag-start ka, as in, actually hindi ko alam Parang I was siguro 20 years ago, 15 years old.
High school
or kakagraduate ko lang ng high school. So, hindi pa ako aware about your activities.
Ano yung naisip mong ginagawa ko nun?
Hindi ko alam Parang alam ko na parang, galing. Parang nag-start ka ng business mo. So, fine arts ka. But wala kang background in business. So, hindi ka ba natakot? Lalo na before, wala pa. Hindi pa naman uso yung mga YouTube nun na parang mga tutorials on how to start a business. So, hindi ka ba natakot? Na wala kang alam about business?
Alam mo kung yung knowledge ko ngayon about how to run a business, alam ko na to nung nag-start ako. Natural, matatakot ako kasi
okay.
very big responsibility pala siya. Pero nung nag-start yung VCS, para lang talaga akong sumabak. Well, I can see siguro na ignorance is bliss nung time na yun kasi we were just dealing with what's in front of us. Hindi ko alam na this can be something big. Hindi ko alam na malaki pala yung responsibility sa people. I have to comply with taxes. So, nung nalaman ko na lang yan, okay, hire ng accountants. I also didn't know how to hire a good accountant. As in, ang dami ko palang hindi alam at sumabak lang ako. Medyo mahirap siya kasi ang daming mga trial and error, daming mga yung hula-hula lang kasi hindi ko alam where to seek for advice. Yun, trial and error talaga.
Would you advise that na parang gawin yun? Or kasi ikaw wala ka talagang alam so you were able to jump. So would you advise that? Kasi umabot kayo ng 20 years, so is that something you recommend to
In my case, naging lucky lang din ako kasi I was able to see it through with the help of the people who believe in us, tsaka yung suporta at tumulong. Pero, I wouldn't advise it to someone na nag-start ng business and blindly lang magna-navigate ng kung paano siya. Kasi pwedeng masayang yung oras, pwedeng masayang yung effort, lalo na kung trial and error. You can get lucky, pero mas maganda na you know how to at least not just sell your product more of paano yung operations behind that and how to keep customers, basics ng finance.
Yeah.
Kasi nagka-problema din kami dyan sa finance na yan kasi ayoko talaga ng math. Malaking problem before yung kala ko marami kaming pera kasi marami kaming projects pero hindi pala kasi nandun lang pala yun sa sa papel lang pero hindi pala kami nakakakolekta. Sweldo na. Tapos parang ang dami naman projects pero bakit parang wala nang pangsweldo? May times na umutang ako kay Papa, umutang ako sa friend, o umutang ako kay Papa, tapos nililista nga needs, naniningil siya sa akin. May mga times na merong offer for a big project, kailangan ng down payment, walang pang down kasi ang daming hindi pa nagbabayad. So mahina kami doon sa collections nung una. At saka yung mga monitoring ng mga hours, mga taxes, yung ganyan, yung weakness ko talaga yun. Lalo na yung mga detalye sa finances. Kaya mahirap din kasi syempre pag nagnegosyo ka, ano ba yung goal ng isang negosyo aside from giving value to customers? Syempre para mag-survive, kailangan mo din kumita. Eh pagka hindi pala profitable, hindi pala sustainable, pwedeng mamatay yung business. Buti na lang naagapan at after 20 years, nandito pa rin yung VCS.
Kumbaga, natuto ka as you go na lang.
Learning by doing talaga.
Learning
by doing. Pasalamat din ako na nag-start talaga yung VCS na super liit lang yung capital. Kasi kung halimbawa may mga milyones ako or mayaman tayong pamilya tapos sabihin ni Papa, ito yung pera, i-invest mo yan sa negosyo. Tapos wala ko alam. Super risky nun. Baka utang-utang na talaga kung may pambili lang ako nun ng mga machines, mga camera, ganyan. Pero hindi kasi naging ganun yung case since maliit lang yung puhunan pagka nagkaroon ng project. Kung ano lang yung essentials na pwedeng pag-investan or bilhin, yun lang yung pinagkakagasusan. Kaya okay na rin na walang malaking capital to begin with.
So, thankful ako doon that you learn through doing. Kasi when I also ventured with my own business, dahil idol kita.
Yes.
Parang naging, ko si ate, naging influencer. Siya yung influencer ko kasi hindi pa uso dati ang mga influencer. And because of what she learned, may napagtanungan ako. I agree na nakatulong na may alam ka na when you venture into business. So hopefully maging 20 years din and more kami ang aking business.
Kaya yan kasi 11 na ba kayo?
11 years.
Wow.
Gaya-gaya ako. So fine arts din pala ako. Ginaya ko din si ate. Yun. So I saw an example from ate. Okay.
Huwag ka pala tayong interests.
Oo. So sa arts talaga. Malaking factor na you're very passionate din with arts. Nakita ko naman yun kahit bata ako. Nakita ko na artistic ka talaga, creative ka talaga. Pero I think ang difference natin would be as an LGBT, ano ba tawag doon?
Bilang lesbiana.
Yeah. Bilang tomboy kasi alam ko na.
Bilang tomboy.
So, ayun nga, very beneficial to me na you learn by doing because of that. Nakuha ko ang knowledge mo para sa sarili kong business nga. Thank you for being my mentor. Yes. As part of the LGBT community, was it a challenge for you sa business, sa VCS, na ang founder ay isang lesbian?
Nung bata pa ako, wala naman ako nakita talaga na role model na lesbiana na business person. And medyo, to be honest, medyo uncomfortable ako to be representing VCS as its owner, tapos ganun yung itsura ko. During that time, I presented myself na more masculine. Yung time na yun kasi ano pa yun late o mid-2000s, so mga 2004 to 2010, bago pa lang yung YouTube and social media, and hindi pa ganun ka-woke yung mga tao when it comes to inclusivity, diversity.
Compared to me, kasi namulat ako na I knew you already. So parang sa akin, it's normal. Pero sa ibang tao, like maybe some of your clients,
kasi we meet different clients from different backgrounds, so we have to be careful. Then we have to present ourselves professionally. We don't know if they would understand. So I had to navigate conversations. Like for example, if they ask me, oh, may asawa ka na ba? Or may anak ka na ba? I just say na, no, I am single. Ganon. Pero ngayon, mas open na yung mga tao So I can be myself now, and mas confident na ako sa sarili ko about who I am, and I can say na I have a life partner, and yan, I belong to the LGBT community.
Hindi ko Gaya nga ng sabi mo, ate, today's generation, mas open talaga. Mas marami ng companies nagpo-promote ng inclusivity. Ano yung ginagawa nyo ng VCS to make people feel na, hey, welcome kayo dito?
Importante kasi na as isang tao, na vocal ka about who you are. So ako, when I became really vocal na I belong to the LGBT community, especially sa mga talks, etc. Maraming nakaka-forward, nagsasabi na, oh, I also belong to the community. Kumbaga, kakaroon ng connection. Kaya yung VCS, as a company, talagang out and proud sa mga materials, nakalagay doon na LGBT-owned, LGBT-friendly. Sa mga interviews pa lang, si TJ, yung managing partner, yung partner ko sa life and business, yan. Siya kasi yung initial interview ng mga applicants. So doon pa lang, she already shares with the applicant that VCS is LGBT-owned, we are LGBT inclusive. Sa interview portion pa lang, they would already have an idea who VCS is, and VCS promotes inclusivity, and that VCS is a safe space.
Okay, so ang ganda naman na yung sinabi mo about VCS being a safe space. And kakaiba din siya the way you conduct interviews kasi para siyang two-way, or it's not just VCS checking if fit ba yung applicant. It's also the applicant checking if fit ba yung VCS sa kanyang values. Yun, so pagdating sa inclusivity, hindi lang nito kino-cover yung being inclusive sa LGBT community. Sa VCS, I think you're also advocating or supporting neurodiverse and people with disabilities.
I got diagnosed with ADHD, and yung partner ko, si TJ, siya naman may OCPD. So pareho kaming may psychosocial disability. Immersing in the ADHD community and neurodiverse community, nalaman din namin yung mga struggles din ng neurodiverse people pagdating sa employment. So before, mulat lang ako about LGBT inclusivity, pero nalaman ko rin na maraming hindi nakakakuha ng trabaho because of their disability. May mga ADHD, hindi rin nagde-declare na meron silang ADHD kasi meron pa kang stigma, and baka ma-affect yung hireability nila. But people with disability, or if they are neurodiverse, meron din yung mga strengths Kaya para sa amin, importante na ma-communicate din na we welcome them sa company. And speaking of advocacies for neurodiversity and people with disability, nagkaroon tayo ng advocacy for children with disabilities in partnership with CWD Pasig. And Kindred, maraming salamat for sponsoring our photography.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for for inviting me. Kita ko talaga na how you support and advocate for neurodiversity and people with disabilities. So, ang fulfilling ng experience. Apart from everything that you do sa BCS and making sure na you have all these projects na sinusupport yung advocacies nyo, meron ka pang ginagawa na mentoring small businesses. Bakit mo naisip i-pursue that?
Being someone who started the business from scratch with no knowledge and no network and very little capital, I understand yung needs ng mga people who are starting businesses na kailangan lang ng support, kailangan ng advice, kailangan ng guidance. Kasi ang daming mga small businesses ngayon, they really have good products, pero kulang lang sa formal knowledge on how to build a business model, how to market your products, how to differentiate against competitors. Well, actually, hindi naman kailangan talaga ng formal knowledge. Kailangan lang ng mentorship and guidance, learning from experience. It's my way of giving back. Kasi alam ko kung gaano kahirap yung nangangapa ka sa negosyo. Sayang yung oras at panahon, and hindi lahat ng mga business owners may mahabang pasensya, may mahabang PC. Yung iba could be spending a lot of money sa mga products, so sayang naman yung mga resources. So mas maganda na maagapan as early as possible. Maraming mga nakaka-proud na Filipino products nationwide na hopefully mag-flourish. Malaking tulong kasi sa economy yung pag-flourish ng mga small businesses. Kasi sa makeup ng mga negosyante sa Pilipinas, more than 99%, 99 point something percent, yung mga micro and small and medium-sized businesses. Kaya imagine pagka nag-flourish sila, diba, mas angat yung economy.
Speaking of flourishing, I know na ang advertising medyo high pressure. Paano nag-flourish or nag-thrive ang VCS for 20 long years? What did you do to survive this high pressure environment?
Malaki yung naging factor ng mga partnerships that we formed in the industry. Yung membership namin sa organizations such as Advertising Suppliers Association of the Philippines, Philippine Marketing Association, PANA, and a lot more, as well as yung LGBT Chamber of Commerce, lahat ng mga orgs sinali namin actually. Malaking factor yung naging community doon kasi ang dami naming mga natutunan na mga best practices from other marketers, mga business people doon. Actually, it's give and take. Nagbigay kami ng suporta sa kanila. We also gave services for free. We supported their projects and programs. Kumbaga, we built relationships and giving support. Pag alam nila na nandyan ka, they're also willing to help out kung ikaw naman yung merong mga need. Kasi naka-form din kami ng relationships and friendships through the org. Pagdating naman sa client relationships, importante din na nag-share kami ng values. So we work with clients na naiintindihan din yung mga values na important sa amin. Mutual din yung respect, and they don't treat us as mere suppliers but partners. Kahit sa clients, two-way pa rin yung value na binibigay namin sa isa't isa. Yun, importante sa amin na we share these values with the clients. Hindi lang sa clients, pati sa team. Yan. So, one thing na importante sa amin is makapag-build ng culture na yung values namin na yun yung nag-guide sa amin in every decision that we make. So, when we hire, we don't just look at skills, we also look at the values of the applicant and yung character, yung soft skills. So mas gusto namin tignan yung potential, hunger for learning, and But it's more on values and kung ano ba yung potential ng prospective na teammate namin. Kasi kung aligned yung values, mas matutulungan namin sila ma-reach yung full potential nila. Malaking factor din yung if we listen to the team. So pati sa team, two-way din eh. Yung mga decisions na ginagawa namin sa management, a lot of those, we also consult with the team. Like for example, nung nag-shift kami to a remote first agency. Before we made that decision, nag-survey muna kami sa team and we asked them kung ano yung magiging better setup din sa kanila. So, it's win-win setup for us.
May listening, so you listen to the team as well.
Yes.
Doing, as you mentioned.
Importante sa amin na we communicate and we understand each other. And yeah, we listen to their needs kasi kahit naman meron ng rules or sistema ang isang kumpanya, pwede pa rin yan mag-evolve eh. So pag napapakinggan namin yung mga concerns ng team, ano yung mga na-encounter nilang bago, when they work with projects, with clients, etc. So we're open to improving yung mga current na systems that we have. So constant improvement yun.
Kaya ang ganda nga na importante sa inyo yung values dahil ginaguide nito yung parang decision nyo as a team.
Yes.
So yung VCS, 20 years sa industry, I'm sure marami kayong na-encounter na mga challenges, as you mentioned. Syempre, ang haba nun from year 1 to year 20. If you have the power to fix or change anything in the industry, what would it be?
Siguro, if there's one thing that we'd like to change about the industry, especially sa advertising, yung image ng industry na medyo may pagka-toxic or meron nga tinatawag na community na sadvertising. Pagka nasa advertising ka or production, laging puyat, laging toxic, daming trabaho, tapos at the mercy of deadlines. Nangyari na kasi sa amin yun before na nag-overnight kami sa office, dire-diretso yung work. Na-realize namin it's not sustainable. As much as possible, we tell our team na they should have their own hobbies or spend time with their family. Kasi what they do outside the office, if they're exposed to other things aside from work, makes them more creative, mas inspired sila, mas productive. And yung sleep, very important yun. Kasi may mga times dati na, for me, for example, if I'm sleep deprived, pwede ako mag-work ng longer hours pero hindi sharp yung mind ko. Pero if I have complete sleep, then I could finish work and have a sharp mind and be productive in a short period of time. Yan, more efficiency. And always may time to recuperate. Kailangan attuned ka talaga dun sa needs din ng team. Kasi hindi pa rin maiwasan minsan na may mga rush, pero at least hindi na siya yung normalized na ganun talaga. Meron lang mga rare occasions.
Parang isa yun sa mga sinabi mo sa akin na very important. So it's not just puro work, dapat meron ka ding time for family. And I can see that with you kasi you always prioritize. Parati kang nandyan sa mga family events. So it's a nice example also to others na you have work, pero there's also your family, which is priority. So, thank you for being an example of putting family first. So, 20 years. 20 long years. How would you describe yung VCS before sa VCS ngayon?
Nagkaroon na ng 3 phases yung VCS. Una is the boho lifestyle phase namin. Ito yung survival stage.
Boho era.
Boho era. So that was the time na wala pa masyadong rules. Anything goes. We take it one project, one client at a time. We experiment, sabak-sabak. And there were a lot of risks. So wala pa masyadong system and structure. And we had a lot of good times. That was next stage is the strategic creativity stage. Nag-pivot yung BCS from a graphic design and video production company na mostly executions to becoming an agency who is already capable of the science and art of advertising. Yun yung time din na pumasok si TJ as my partner. That was 2011. So during that time, since she has a lot of background sa corporate, siya din yung in charge sa HR and finance, nagkaroon talaga ng mas maayos na structure, mga digital tools. So during that time, since I already have her as my partner, nakapag-aral din ako ng masters in entrepreneurship. So yung mga trial and error before, nagkaroon ng theory and na-formalize what we know. And we were able to further improve and grow kung ano yung nasimulan ni VCS. Big help dun si TJ kasi siya yung more of organizer and nag-aayos ng sistema. Importante sa amin yung growth through strategic creativity. We became a full-service creative agency.
From boho era to having structure na creative, what you mentioned?
Strategic creativity.
Strategic creativity. So you mentioned another phase. Ano itong next phase?
Ito yung phase namin ngayon, which is the quiet confidence phase. Oh. So I think we're at the stage na we already know who we are. We are already confident with what we are capable of doing. It's when you are already self-aware. So na-reach mo na yung level of self-awareness. You know what you're good at. You know your weaknesses. So you're able to work on the weaknesses and leverage on your strengths. Mas stable na rin yung self-esteem mo. Mas confident na kami about what we can do, what we are capable of. And syempre, may mga times din na nagkakaroon kami ng mga mistakes. Wala namang perfect. We own up dun sa mistakes namin and we are accountable for it. I guess total self-acceptance. Embracing who you are, embracing your identity. You may have some differences and uniqueness, pero if you accept yourself, makikita mo na, wow, ito palang uniqueness ko, yung strength ko. With that, we're at the stage now na we're speaking up without fear. So we're really vocal about what's important to us, what we stand for, who we support. Yeah, that's quiet confidence for us.
What are you most grateful for dun sa 20 years na yun?
I am most grateful for the help and support of everyone who has worked with us and who have partnered with us or who have just supported us. Kasama na dito yung mga families namin ni TJ, friends, mga clients, partners, former employees. So, sa kanila galing yung energy. And yung people that make up the company and yung mga people na nakasurround sa amin supporting us. We couldn't have made it this far kung wala sila. So grateful talaga kami sa lahat ng sumuporta sa amin. I am also grateful for all the challenges we encountered, mga difficult clients, challenges sa team, the people who resigned. Ano pa ba, yung mga moments na parang feeling namin parang gusto namin mag-walling.
Pandemic. May effect ba yung pandemic?
Oo, yung pandemic din. Ang dami namin natutunan sa pandemic. Bawat challenge, bawat mistake, bawat setback, naging stepping stone namin yon para mas maging matibay, para mas magkaroon ng bagong wisdom. Whatever comes our way, parang pagka nagkakaroon kami ng problema, dami na natin pinagdaanan, ito pa ba? So mas nagkakaroon kami ng tibay ng loob, tibay ng dibdib. And there are also mga newbies na nakaka-encounter ng mga problema. We use all these stories as an inspiration or source of strength. At saka nasi-share din namin siya sa iba na pwedeng nagsisimula pa lang pero pwedeng matuto na doon sa mga naging pagkakamali namin so they don't have to do it.
Like me. Ano yung mga nilook forward mo or what are your plans, exciting plans for VCS for the next another 20 years ba?
So, gusto ko sana na magkaroon ng marami pang people na mag-flourish as leaders with VCS's help. But sa labas naman ng VCS, we are working on VCS being a role model or inspiration na rin sa industry, using communications for good and being able to impact yung mga communities that we serve. At saka yung mga walang boses. Sana makatulong kami sa pag-amplify ng mga voices nila. Kahit yung simpleng pagbigay ng awareness about children's disabilities, pagbigay ng awareness about senior dogs, pag-empower ng more women, pag-empower ng more LGBT leaders. It's really fulfilling kung magagamit namin what we're capable of doing to spread those powerful messages na pwedeng maka-inspire at makapagpa-better ng lives ng mas marami pang mga tao.
So, thank you sa pag-share mo, Ate. Happy 20 years!
Yay! Happy 20 years!
2 more years sa VCS. Congratulations!
Thank you!
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Please subscribe to our channel. Like the button here and here and here. Happy 20 years!
Happy 20 years!
Nakatingin tayo sa sarili natin.
Gutom na us.
Happy!
Paano ba palabasin yung balloon?
Dapat